Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Artificial intelligence has been around for at least 5 years now, and the impact it has had in our lives is more than significant. It is great for a number of our day-to-day tasks, and it can help us accomplish many things. But there is one specific task in particular which has caused insane controversy among everyone, and it is whether artificial intelligence can create art or not. Firstly, let's just give the short answer, which is no. Art is something that is uniquely human. It is designed to reflect human feelings, emotions, and our way of being. Our own human nature is supposed to be portrayed in a canvas, maybe in a music recording, or in any method of self-expression which cannot be replicated by a computer or a machine. There is a quote by actor John Margot which says that art is a language that is meant to speak the things that we can say. And I think this is incredibly true, because humans have flaws. We have flaws, we are not perfect. And this art that is created by machines is devoid of this imperfection, which is what in turn makes art art. Does a machine, which is capable of processing emotions, understand what art really has to say? When you stare at a painting in a museum, it makes you think, it is thought-provoking. The artist has an intention that is underlying in the message of a canvas. And a machine cannot replicate that. It could never replicate that because it doesn't feel, which in turn is what makes art devoid of any emotion. Artificial intelligence generated images often have great detail, great clarity. They have great use of colors. They could be seen as superior illustrations that maybe a less talented person could ever do by hand. And that is fine. But there is ultimately a mixing of concepts. It is not art. It should be said that it is a mere illustration. An illustration which surely has many uses, of course. At the end of the day, it is a tool and it is made to serve humans. But it is a fatal mistake to confuse it with art. Sure, art can be subjective. I cannot find the same beauty someone else finds in the same things that someone else finds. However, it is not the same to say that I find beauty in Van Gogh and my mom finds beauty in Monet than saying that I think this software does things better than another software, because there is no such thing as better art or not. Artificial intelligence is a very objective software. It has a very objective parameter, and as I said before, art lies in its imperfections. Though machine-created illustrations can be impressive, its works are incredibly hollow and superficial. Art goes far beyond aesthetics. Sure, maybe a certain program can draw things more accurately, more realistically than I do. But at the end of the day, my drawing is a reflection of myself. It is a reflection of how I am, of the way I think, and that is what makes art beautiful. Because machines can create illustrations, but only humans can create art.
Ladies and gentlemen, imagine a world where cars drive us and computers talk to us every day, and every question we could ever have is answered in a second. Well, guess what? We are already there. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is no longer science fiction. It's woven into the fabric of our daily lives. But as exciting as it sounds, it's also going to face a lot of serious consequences, both good and bad. Hi everyone, my name is Tomás Mendiola, and I'm here today to speak about the implementation of artificial intelligence in our daily lives and the effects it has with it. Think about this. What if a machine could make decisions for you? Nowadays, artificial intelligence makes decisions for us. The algorithm chooses the things like the movies we watch, the shows we watch, the news we consume, and also the songs we listen to. These things are automatized in different apps which help us to do this. But we can see it, for example, in Netflix, where it recommends you the movie that fits best according to the things you watch usually. But do you think this is good or bad? Because it can have a good and a negative side of it. Because this can influence us the way we decide each day, but some people see this as something positive or something negative. But as much as we give freedom to the artificial intelligence to decide by us, our freedoms is each day less. So there's also another issue, which is the jobs, because as you may know and you may think in your home that the artificial intelligence is taking place of the human every day in factories or in a little shop in your town, and you think that is the end and that artificial intelligence is taking over all human jobs, but no, it's not as you may think, because the artificial intelligence with it brings more jobs for development of the new technologies, so it's quite important to know all these things. But maybe someone who is about to graduate from the university thinks that this is a bit disgusting, because you may think that this is a difficult moment and maybe all his career he has been studying was for nothing. So we have to notice that also the artificial intelligence is good for us in some aspects in the shops and makes for the businesses, for the companies, sometimes a more easier job that is not requires the same payment and the same method, but it's not that bad as it appears to be, because it's open a new, more possibilities. And we also have to speak about the good part, because now we are talking about how the jobs are each day less, we can say, by the artificial intelligence, but we have to picture these things, like AI-driven medical system that can detect diseases earlier than any other human doctor. There are a lot of examples that have worked, and this is a quite important development from the AI that shows how the medicine, that is something that most people are afraid of disease and things, so it's very, very important for this to work right. And also it helps to other aspects, like to fight to the climate change, and maybe the cars or the methods of transportation that are intelligent help us to improve our daily life. And then we have to mention, it's not a little detail, that it comes with a huge responsibility. If AI can learn, if it can make decisions, what happens if it decides against us? This is something we tend to see in movies or in little videos who create a fiction about the artificial intelligence and robots coming against us. And this is the moment we get scared and think of these kind of things, which is very difficult because AI hasn't been developed all across the world in a totality. We can say that it's majorly in the US and in Europe, but in the rest of the world it's still with little presence, but it's still growing. But if it's always under the control of human beings, we can say that this isn't scary. But some decisions can affect us in a drastic way. So as we welcome the AI, let's ask ourselves, are we ready to share our lives with something that will one day outsmart us? Will it control it, or will it control us? This is a big question we make, but we can say that we'll control it, but we don't know yet. In the end, AI is like fire. You can use it for lighting and to have a better vision, and it can also warm us, but at the same time, if you abuse of it, you can have some very, very serious consequences. So as a result, AI is something we have to study deep so that we can improve it in the best method possible to improve the world. Thank you very much.
Last week, I caught myself listening to a randomly assigned playlist on Spotify. What was weird enough was that I felt like I already heard that song before, even though it was the first time I was listening to it. However, I quickly realized that it was because it sounded like every other song nowadays. Sadly, that happens so often that it's hard to draw a line on what we consciously like or enjoy and what we've been conditioned to consume. I hope you're all having a great day. Today I'm going to talk about how AI and technology is affecting the way we look, think, live, our way of expressing ourselves, and the culture. Firstly, it is so common to hear, especially from people my age, that they want to dress cool. And with that desire, they are creating many subcultures to box the so-called aesthetic. Conventionally, stores start overflowing with that so-called unique and different style. And before you notice, everyone is dressing the same. I mean, waiting for a new trend to drop. I mean, this isn't new. We've all been through that skinny jeans, high ponytail to here phase. But what I'm going with all of this is that with AI technology, everything starts sounding the same, looking the same, feeling the same, especially affecting our culture. What before was a way of self-expression has become a blank canvas where those who dare to paint themselves are ridiculed. The use of technology and power recognition programs in social media tend to generate a stereotypical product as standardization tools that adapt to market demands. It is easier to sell basic and neutral stuff than bold. We know that when demand for something is low, offer is also going to decrease because people just won't produce something that is not going to sell. Basically, it turns in the survival of the fittest, where authenticity has to compete against millions of specialized in analyzing data AI and with access to gigantic platforms in the world. Secondly, Stanford experts warn that AI is becoming dangerously homogenized. Streaming platforms such as Spotify, TikTok, Instagram employ AI to optimize the user experience by suggesting content that is popular in a global level. This generates a so-called bubble effect, where those users consume content that reinforces their previous interests and adapts to global consumption. This algorithm is amplifying popular content, leaving little to no space to original smaller productions. But surely that popular content it has quality, right? Well, to the contrary of what most people think, the content that pleases more people and catches the most attention is exactly the one that has no meaning and it's meant to profit only. It is easier to fill up brands with empty media that its aim is to distract rather than to encourage critical thinking. So now we question ourselves, when did all of this start? When did we become so easy to manipulate? The answer to that, everybody, is when we stop choosing. When we take what AI and technology tell us as the only truth, as the only option, when we stop thinking, is when we lost ourselves. So I really hope that this speech does not turn into a threat, but rather a blow of hope to being human. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Sofia Maldonado, and today I will talk not only about the risks of using AI in order to create false content, but also I'm going to help with its detection in order to stop manipulation. But firstly, I want to ask you something. Tell me, have any of you ever seen online an image, video, or information about something or someone which you believed it was true because it was hyper-realistic, but it was actually fake content made up with AI? If it is the case, I think we should emphasize on how dangerous this is, because it shows us that nowadays it is becoming impossible to distinguish the real and trustworthy information, since these technologies continue to evolve and are becoming increasingly accessible. As a consequence, the privacy of each individual is put at risk. For example, there is a recent case where a 15-year-old boy has been accused of selling photographs of his female classmates that he had taken from her Instagram accounts and modified them with AI to represent them without clothes. For instance, the dignity and the preservation of the personal identity of those girls has been ruined because of the wrong use of the AI. Don't you think? As we can see, deepfake technology becomes more sophisticated. The need for complex detection methods has been intensified, leading to the development of new tools and strategies combining technological innovation with policies and cybersecurity. One of the methods includes multimedia forensics, which recognizes anomalies in lightings, shadows, and reflections that are often forgotten by algorithms on videos or images. The convolutional neural networks uses machines to identify subtle errors on something done by the AI that us humans might ignore. Although these methods of work are challenged by the amount of content uploaded online daily, so there's a constant requirement for more upgraded and fast methods. So, to sum up, I believe that because of the access that every one of us has to AI, there exists a possibility in which it is used on the wrong way to manipulate people. Thank you for listening.
In a world where ChatGPT provides a quick answer the second we finish typing it, or where TikTok entertains us with multiple and endless personalized content, a new generation is growing up and evolving among the artificial intelligence. At the very beginning, they started as a convenient tool, and now it has become a companion which influences how we learn, our opinions, our socializing, and even our emotions. As it evolves, we're more accustomed to its constant gratification, and it alternates our patience and our capacity for deeper connection. So, in this new era of human-AI interaction, are we willing to continue letting this affect our daily lives, or are we going to embrace the new technology and rethink how to connect both online and offline lifestyles? To begin with, living in a life of constant stimulus got us used to quick answers. Because the AI gives us personalized and concrete, concentrates their responses as we like it or prefer the most, we do not like what happens when we receive an answer we think is not effective. And the same thing happens with relationships. What I'm trying to say is nowadays, people do not receive the love we used to receive in the past. We are more selfish and individualist, and this caught the attention of several who think that that kind of attention can only be given by these technological routes. And that's partially true, because unlike humans, AI gives us this information, this attention, without asking anything in response. In addition, having the tool of an intelligence telling you always what you want to hear doesn't allow much imagination, not developing the critical thinking, and always not having different points of view. As I previously said, AI can personalize experiences, but also can manipulate opinions and ideas. That is more vulnerable for the younger people than the other ones that are the native AI users, and which they believe and never question what it is saying. In connection to this, interacting with AI virtual friends and assistants and give them information, allow them to know what you are more likely to consume, and linking our identities the most. So you can, as much as you do these interactions, you're more likely to have some consequences, such as an identity crisis. For example, we are bombarded by videos in Instagram Reels, TikTok, YouTube videos, where we are more asked to how you should live, how you should act according to, and that is also connected to traditional ideologies of how you are expected to think. So now let's return to relationships. How are the social dynamics going to be like? Well, with the evolution of these virtual assistants and friends, they are more comprehended to understand your feelings about people may experience. So the AI will work better and answer better of how they want you to feel. So, do you recall when I said that some people started to develop some kind of love to this AI? Well, in real life situations have manifested suicide or depression. For example, there was a kid who made a friend, a virtual friend. He personalized it, he tells it everything that happened to him in the day, and started to feel a romantic situationship, can be said. And when he understood that he couldn't be with that AI, he suicided. And well, it's now a very common case, and it's not only happened to once. This is one story. Moreover, in connection with all of this, AI can create based on a series of videos of the anti-humor created by not durable responses that people have, a series of memes and videos called brain rot that despite this term wants to say the bad side of it, well, when there's like people very down that just laugh for it for a second and get to the next stimulus the other, it can also have a different effect. It can be a trigger point for some people to socialize, and well, if they are not obsessed, these absurd memes tend to be pretty much funny. Also, we have to pay attention to not filter inappropriate content for children, and get to help these obsessed and vicious people to live life and not miss out opportunities in life. So, in conclusion, AI continues to interlace our daily lives. How it is shaping our habits and how it is living throughout our online and offline situations. Some challenges that demands were the emotionally dependent on it, and well, not having a romantic situation in your head with it. The key to balance this is to embrace the new technology and also the offline genuine situations that connect people. So as individuals and as society, we have to interact with it in a responsible way. Thank you for listening.
Have you ever thought about what will happen in the future when the AI starts replacing us humans in our daily routines, in our jobs? As a 16-year-old teenager, I have been asking myself that question a bit too much lately, and I've been having a very important role in the decision-making of my future career. What will the future have for me? The technological world is changing. Nowadays, the artificial intelligence has been efficiently completing tasks that once required a human's effort in seconds with a very low percentage of error. It's a bit scary, if I do say so myself. On the one hand, I believe that we humans are abusing the access that we have to the artificial intelligence, and that if we continue at this pace, the future won't be a very happy place. It also gives a sense of uncertainty. If machines are already replacing us, what will be left for us humans? What will happen if the career I choose is replaced by the artificial intelligence? In a tech magazine, it has been stated that companies such as Google, Duolingo, and IBM have been replacing large percentages of their workers by AI machines. Even hospitals here in Argentina have been using robots, such as El Hospital Italiano with its robot Da Vinci in various surgeries. It's a chilling idea, isn't it? The fact that at any moment someone or something can replace us with a very non-existent margin of error. As horrible as it may seem, there is another side of the Facebook behind all of these facts. The advancement of artificial intelligence has been generating large numbers of new jobs for the world that in the past could not even be thought about. In a Forbes News article, editors confirmed that nowadays many people have been graduating or working as AI trainers, operators, and that they are essential in the growth and progress of many companies. Other jobs such as sentiment analyzers, content creators, and tech entrepreneurs have been crucial in the expansion of these companies. So, despite all of the challenges that AI has been presenting, we humans have certain qualities that robots simply cannot replace. We have the ability to feel empathy, compassion, sensitivity, and many other things towards other human beings. Meanwhile, AI does things automatically, without thinking about others and their emotions. So, although it may not seem that they can replace us in every living aspect of our lives, they don't have one key thing that makes us all humans: emotions. We can connect others in a deeper level, understanding their struggles, their joys, their fears. This ability to care for other living beings, it was differs us from robots. It's something no non-living thing can replicate, no matter how advanced they are. So, what do we do with AI? Do we stay as further away as possible, or do we exploit it? I believe that we should use it as a tool. We shouldn't fear it, neither overuse it. We should learn how to use it so that we can improve today's complicated society and allow it to be its best version so that we can live life at its fullest. Us, the younger generations, should start to think about how we want our future to be: a robot-like society, or a society where we can achieve our best potential.
AI just makes my life easier and more convenient, helping me with my homework and leaving me more time to enjoy. This is one of the multiple excuses children make when they're asked why they use programs with artificial intelligence. My name is Federica Exner, and today I'm going to talk about the irremediable changes that the AI will leave in younger generations. So, is the digital pacifier nurturing or numbing the next generation? First of all, I want to clarify that I do not think we should stop using websites such as ChatGPT or Gemini. On the contrary, I think these are exceptional tools if you know how to use them correctly. Even I use them on a regular basis. However, the dependence on these resources has been increasing non-stop these last couple of months when artificial intelligence has become accessible to everybody who has access to the internet. Modern generations are used to immediacy and convenience, which is why when they're asked to look up something, they will usually use an AI assistant, like Siri or Alexa. This problem may lead to the constant need of instant gratification, which then can end in kids getting irritated for not getting what they want on their first attempt. Secondly, it is common knowledge that children need multiple resources for brain development, more specifically the development of fine motor skills. This can be helped by colorful and textured toys or activities such as drawing and writing. Nonetheless, nowadays we see more and more parents give their child screens. A screen can provide endless entertainment, what we usually call the digital pacifier. However, it encourages passive consumption rather than active engagement. As a result of this, there are fewer opportunities for children to learn critical skills such as critical thinking and problem solving, and they may even lose the opportunity to interact fully with the content, considering several answers and developing their autonomous thinking skills when AI is not available. Which brings me to my next point: the increased dependence on artificial intelligence. We have become more and more reliant on AI. Although these tools can increase our productivity, when it's used excessively, a generation may fail to do essential jobs that call for creativity or sophisticated cognition when AI is not available. Imagine a day in the future
when young adults start working and are unable to solve problems or come up with unique ideas without the help of a digital assistant. This reliance not only interferes with their individual development, but also may run the risk of reducing people's creative potential, leading to a dollar-cultured society with little aspiration for originality. Finally, let's look at the long-term effects. If this trend continues, we might see a society where perseverance is weakened and essential life skills such as critical thinking and problem solving, as I mentioned before, are left behind. Mental health and well-being may also be affected if people don't know how to handle or solve problems without the technical use. Children who experience this may also develop a demand for quick gratification and become irritated and not getting their needs fulfilled right away, which can also then interfere in the development of critical skills such as patience or resilience. In conclusion, even though the AI has multiple advantages, we have to act cautiously when incorporating it to our daily lives, finding a balance between using these tools efficiently to bring out the best work we can, and maintaining the fundamental abilities that define our thinking and our identities is crucial. Thank you.